It's your boy CP. We back again. New episode for that motherfucking ass. This is episode 9. You know what I'm saying? We finally got in this motherfucker ready. It was a little late, but no time like the other, Yeah, I've been putting motherfuckers on blast.
Do me like that?
That's what I did. You know what I'm saying? Even though we gonna upload it when we gonna upload, I just want her to know that we waited an hour for this motherfucker.
No, and then another 26 minutes for
about
him.
10 minutes maybe for me. But I was just bullshit, you know what I'm saying? I was cleaning up, waiting for your
an hour and 26 for you, if you want to add it, if you can do math.
Oh, shit. I bullshitted for a couple minutes, but either way it goes, you know what I'm saying? Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast. Local entrepreneur Negro, you know what I'm saying? Work at home, stay at home dad now, you know what I'm saying? Not working for the man no more. Let's go! You know what I'm saying? But no, real shit. You know what I'm saying? We just like to go over, current event topics, shit going on in the hood, you know what I'm saying? Trying to inspire some people. A little bit of ghetto shit, you know what I'm saying? I got some ghetto ass co-hosts, around here. So we gotta go over some ghetto shit too. You know what I'm saying? We gotta keep it real with the hood. But yeah, just want to, give y'all some entertainment, some laughs, and, talk about some real shit too. Touch on some real topics, get some real feedbacks in the comments. But let me pass it to my co-host. She's so adamant about speaking today. So go ahead, take the floor.
Before I introduce myself, I wanted to introduce my new smile. If you guys, because I was laughing at you and then I was looking at myself and I was like, God damn, like, why you straight? I'm using the bite system, you guys. It's kind of like Invisalign, but cheaper and more convenient. So if anybody's looking to line their teeth, go ahead and it's called Bite, BYTE, and it works. And I'm very, very pleased with the results.
Send me that info because my teeth aren't the straightest.
Yeah, girl, man. They have a payment program. It's real cheap, and everything is by mail. You don't have to go into a doctor's office like with Invisalign you do. Anyway, I'm rambling. Hello, everyone. My name is Rady V.
Okay, Ramble V.
I still haven't came up with anything better. I am also working from home and it's boring. So I started a YouTube channel, which you guys can find here on YouTube, Rady V. And I do this with these. Vanessa ain't crazy. This motherfucker crazy. So I do this with this crazy man.
Don't put that on me.
And so, yeah, go ahead, Vanessa. You take it.
What's up? It's your girl, Miss Nessa, aka Blaze, your mommy, mentor during the day with these childrens and podcaster in the evenings, just over here chopping it up with these interesting people, topics, everything. Yeah, crazy person and beautiful co-host. What? But yeah, that's me. I'm just here to have a good time and just talk about relevant topics. How's your guys' weekend? Did y'all celebrate the 4th? I know some people were. This is Juneteenth part 2. Like, what y'all get into anything?
I wanted to. I saw like a lot of stuff going on in the city, but yeah, I'm still bruised and swollen. I was just living through Snap. I walked my daughter. My mom. She lives like on a hill, like on an elevated mountain kind of. Mm-hmm. So every year we just kind of walk to that corner and you could see every fireworks show. So we did that. And then my dad put some steaks on the grill. But as far as twerking and jigulating, I gotta wait a few weeks, y'all. I'm still sore. I couldn't be outside like I wanted to.
We need no twerking.
We
need more board games or something to inspire, have a good time. We need no twerking.
I was in East Lake as well. It wasn't necessarily me celebrating the 4th. I was just Shout out to Dashe, DJ Dashe. I like to go to her events to support her. And she so happened to have an event on the 4th. So technically it wasn't, you know what I mean? It was
Yeah,
just supporting
celebrating the 4th.
her.
Yeah, yeah.
So I did that. I prefer the day parties overnight
Oh
party.
yeah.
Like I'm just not about that life no more. And it's been like that for years. So stuff like that is cool. But I am so drained per usual, but I did have a good time. It wasn't as poppin' as it is when normally it's at Flex. It was actually, do you know what's that place called? It used to be the East Lake Tavern Bowl or whatever.
Oh, I know what. Oh, is that a club now?
Yeah, I guess it's called Search Bar now. So I guess they
Oh.
hold events and stuff there now.
Cool.
What you
Like you have to
what you
rent
go
it
there and
out or
search
what?
for?
I guess. I don't know.
Oh, that's really cool.
That's what it's
I would
called.
love if
It's
that
called
became
so.
popping because that's right up the street. I wouldn't have to
Yeah,
go
so that's where
nowhere.
it was yesterday. So it's a cool place. It was just kind of warm. The vibe was kind of like weird, but other than that, like Dashe kill it
They're probably
per
just getting
usual.
started.
Yeah, and they had the guest last night was Blast. I don't know if y'all listen to him.
Oh yeah.
But
What if I that come through? Is that him? These streets don't love me like you.
I don't know. I just started listening to him not too long ago. But other than that, yeah, that's all I did. And just taking care of business, this weekend. And I did take the time to take care of myself, did a lot of self-care. And that meant me just chilling and relaxing and sleeping a little bit more and listening to my body.
Yeah.
What about you, Mr. Chancey?
Your body's calling.
What about you?
What did I do?
Yeah, what you do?
Dad duty every weekend for me, but Saturday we went to a nigga function, so I got to play some spades. We went to a Negro function, or our guest host. He invited me out to come hang out with him and his family and shit like that. So we got to play some spades. I got to talk some shit to some Midwest niggas. You know what I'm saying? Out there running. I was hurting feelings out there. You know what I'm saying?
Did any relationships get ruined? Spades can sometimes make or break.
Yeah, that's what I was telling him. I said, man, you be fucking having some lifelong feuds with motherfuckers. He was partners with his uncle, but that nigga was, I don't know, he was drunk, he was fake. I don't know what he was fucking up. That nigga was getting his uncle whooped. His uncle said it from the jump too. As soon as he was talking about spades, he said, I always play to win. I will let you know that I always play to win. So I'm like, okay. And then he was.
The uncle said that, or he did?
The uncle said that to him.
Got it. Okay.
So at that point, I'm like, shit. I'm like, I'm like, so who gonna be the partner? So when they was like, they're gonna be partners, I'm like, okay, uncle, nephew, I'll take the random guy I don't really know. So we're gonna run this up. Man, we was whooping they motherfucking ass. I'm talking about we must have beat them 270 or something to fucking 5 or to 50 or something. They maybe not even that. Them motherfuckers got set like twice. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
I'm like, ain't that game? But them niggas got different.
He said, ain't that game?
Them niggas like, we don't play like that. And he tried to lead off one game with spades. I'm like, you can't lead the game with spades. You gotta wait till you cut or something. He like, those are your jailhouse rules. I'm like, nigga, no.
Have you ever played and like there ever be that's called Boston, right? When it's 13, like you hit all 13.
Oh, you hit all, but yeah, I didn't dealt some Bostons before. That's what I'm always trying to deal. But even if a nigga get a 10 piece or something, I think you can't bet.
Yeah.
Well, some people allow you to bet 10, some people don't. You could bet like 8 or 9, but if you bet anything 10 or better, you gotta pretty much go wheels or something like that.
I don't even know how to play spades.
Yeah, I know. That's why it was a crazy thing because I went to Daryl Hudsona's house too yesterday too, right? And I brought the cards and shit for spades, and they was like, shit. Motherfuckers was like, shit, we don't even know how to play spades. And I'm like, someone don't. I don't know. Some people didn't, but when I looked at him and asked him, like, do you know how to play spades? And he was like, nigga looked at me all weird, like, nigga, of course I know how to play spades. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, some people don't know how to play spades. Every black person in America don't know how to play spades. Sorry.
Yeah.
Either they can play spades or they can play dominoes. Usually they can play one of the two.
I can't play dominoes. I don't like playing dominoes, but I know how. But I don't know how to play spades.
I brought over some dope ass black cards too from YouTube. Not YouTube. They're on Amazon and all that shit. But I got them at Afrotech at the the big black tech convention. that they hold in the Bay every year. They didn't do one last year because
Oh,
of the
Oh, I didn't know
pandemic.
about that, but
yeah,
thank you for
Now,
that
enlightening
sound
but
us.
if you
dope.
don't know, now you
Now you
know,
know.
nigga. But
Hey,
That
okay.
you
sound
know what I'm
dope as
saying?
fuck.
It's a big convention, like 10,000 black people. Some minorities,
Hey,
but mostly
yeah.
like black people, like tech inventors, investors. I
That's
mean, all
dope
kind
as
of people's
fuck.
there. It's a lady, man. It's this lovely lady. Um, what is her name? I follow on her thing. She started a company called Blavity. Y'all might want to look to her Blavity company. But
Okay.
she's a lovely lady. Uh, Definitely want to put the moves on her if I could. Um, yeah. So she got the Blavity company. They throw it. You can be a vendor. So I mean, you got everybody there. You got Amazon there. GoDaddy was there, and I was working with them. Home Depot's there. Adidas is there. They send their black employees. The basically it's about like black recruitment, like to try to get more black
Mm,
people and more diversifying these companies. And even then, you can pitch so they have people looking to invest. Morgan DeBond. Her name is Morgan DeBond. Fine ass lady. You can look her up on Instagram. She do inspirational stuff. She puts out tips all the time. She do all kind of things. She's up there.
that's
But yeah,
dope.
she
That
has
is
guest
very dope.
speakers. I mean, talking about like uh Zaytoven, the producer, was there. He did some shit like one of his artists performed, but he went through beat making and how he did some shit, did a whole performance that
That's
year.
dope.
Who else was there that year?
That is dope.
It's celebrities that be there. You know what I'm saying? It's a big thing. It's at the Oakland Convention Center, downtown Oakland. So the company
Hmm.
flew us out there, paid for the hotel rooms. Um, we went out. There's a lot of parties that people host out there. Like everybody, like different companies host parties and invite people to come to they functions. Food, whatever, be a bar and grill, have food and all kinds of shit. Throw a function, and it's about recruitment and also just building contacts. You never know, so you
Yeah,
get a lot of people that you end up meeting at these spots,
I
but it just be
bet. Yeah,
going up. Like
that
niggas,
sound like
we was
something.
doing all kind of shit. It was just going up, and it's cool to even have that camaraderie with your coworkers around you too that got to go. Everybody can't go. You know what I'm saying? I was special at work, so of course I get to go. Especially being like the head nigga in tech out. When I was with GoDaddy. You know what I'm saying? Like for the care side of it, I was definitely like the leading face. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody in that whole company, CEO all the way down, they all knew who the fuck I was. But yeah, that was cool. So
that's what's up.
you know what I'm saying, that those cards they was handing them out, and basically like the queen card might have Queen Nefertiti on it. The king card got King
Mm.
Tut. And like the Joker, the big Joker, one of them was like Anubis and the other one was like Horus or whatever, right? And they got like different like characters on certain cards or whatever. So, you know what I'm saying?
So, so is that an event that like anybody? I mean, not anybody, but like, is it like
Anybody can
only like
attend, but it
businesses?
costs like those tickets are like $300-$400 a day, like $400 tickets a
Oh,
day to go to it. So your company sponsoring you is like the best way to go. So if you work for a
yeah,
company and they don't know about Afrotech, you should go to your whoever's over that kind of shit, the events coordinators or whatever the fuck. Talk to them about Afrotech. Tell them being a black minority in the company and this and that. You want to go and help diversify the company, help recruit it, and do the company. All companies should be doing their due diligence to recruit more
mm-hmm,
black people, or not just blacks, but minorities. But in general,
yeah,
blacks are usually the most minority in a company. Like we have
yeah,
more Hispanics that go daddy in tech than you have black people.
mm,
But it's to even inspire more black people to get in tech, since that's like the leading um, career field, or anything. Everything in this world is tech. From cars to everything that we do all day to what we're doing
yep,
now. Everything's technical
yep.
stuff. The internet. So, like I said, if you have business ventures that you want to do, you get opportunities. You can sign up for the things, and you can go pitch in front of investors, and if they like you. They'll invest X amount of dollars that they're willing to give into your business to try to help it grow and be successful. And they work things out. So it's a lot of good things that they do.
Hmm.
That's what's up.
Yeah, that is what's up for sure. For sure, I need to get up in there.
Mm-hmm.
They do anything
Yeah, talk to
YouTube
your company.
related?
Everybody was there, nigga. Adidas was there. They was you taking shirts, like you could bring your own shirt, or they had shirts, they had socks, they had all kinds of shit. They had a whole bunch of different labels and things like that
Like a
that you could put
convention,
on.
pretty much. Yeah.
Well, yeah, they was at the thing, but I'm just saying, like they would have pressers, right? So they
Oh,
had pressers
gotcha.
and they showed you how to do the shit that they be doing. And like you could take your shirt and then take little patches and shit that you might gather from other people or even from them, and you could design them and put them on your shirts, and they'll press them right there in front of you, in
Oh,
front
that's
of it for
dope.
you, and stuff like that. And you could talk to the employees, see how you like it. You know, they might refer you. You know, they usually have like somebody from not human resource. They usually have somebody from talent acquisition there, like our senior VP of talent acquisition and the uh the senior VP and the other VP of talent acquisition is there, which are the top people for recruiting. And then some of the recruiters they go to, and then you get your care employees, like different levels of employees there, so you could talk to about different jobs. I could tell people about what I do, and but and then you got everybody's trying to recruit you, and then but it's just cool, some cool ass shit.
Yeah, that's dope as fuck.
Yeah, and then y'all need to tell y'all companies, man, to turn some of that white bread into some black money. You know what I'm saying? Invest, man. Get the niggas out. But it depends on what kind of company you work for. But my company have been going the past couple years anyway, so they had to let a nigga in like me. Had to let a real nigga in. But even at GoDaddy, one thing I did appreciate the past couple years, the last couple years that I was there, the senior VP of talent acquisition, who's at the very top of recruiting. He's only a couple people underneath the CEO was black. So
Mm.
you know what I'm saying. And I had he was really he wasn't like Uncle Tom nigga, Uncle Tom black man. Like I could honestly ask some of these people. I still got all their contacts and they cool shit. Give me a day and time that they can make a guest appearance on the show. You know what I'm saying? And
That'd be
getting
dope.
executives. Yeah, I can get some executives on this motherfucker. Another homie, a guy named Mark Dean. He left GoDaddy as a VP to go be a VP or something at LinkedIn. He was over a couple call centers like Chicago, the Bay. He moved to the Bay from Arizona to take the job in Chicago, the Bay, and like I think Brazil, like the call centers for LinkedIn. And it was some, like I said,
Yeah.
me, man, I touch elbows with everybody, I got friends as athletes, friends as fucking executive. I got the gangbanger homies, you know what I'm
Versatile.
saying? Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. Code switching, man. You guys ask me what gangbanging teach you. If you take some of that street shit that you learn on the streets, you know what I'm saying? You learn how to maneuver in a room full of vultures. You know what I'm saying? You can weed the people out. You know what I'm saying? You can react. You got to change your diction a little bit, but then you can definitely start, learning how to have the conversations with the people in the right places and build these relationships and these connections. And that's how people move up in the corporate world. But I don't plan on doing that. But I got the connections if I needed them.
Did you see the meme of like it said if code switching was a person and it was Shannon Sharp and it was like him like with his suit and then the next one was him with his cap on. He had
And
a
it's
blunt in
blunt.
his mouth
Oh
and a
yeah,
henny pop. It said
I have seen
if
that.
code
I
switching
have
was a
seen it.
person, that shit was funny as hell.
I
If
have
Code
seen
Switch was
it.
a person, it would definitely be me. You know what
I
I'm
feel
saying?
like we
Shannon
all have
Sharp
to
is a
do
good
that though, as Black
representation.
people. Unfortunately, like
Nah, cause some people ain't really. Some people ain't street. They ain't hood like that. Some people just didn't grow up that way. Like there's some black people that's fortunate. Like you gonna see some Uncle Tom niggas around here, right? You know what I'm saying? Didn't grow up that way. Don't know what it was like to really have gone without. Their life was already set up, kind of like how the white people. And there's nothing wrong with that. But
I
like,
mean, I was raised what some people would consider spoiled, but even I feel like I have to code switch sometimes. Sometimes just even my vernacular, like how I speak with you all would be totally different or how I speak, at work.
yeah, but then you choose to kind of embrace that, ghetto. Hey,
I'm not ghetto though. It's just
no, I'm
Black.
saying
Like that's
like,
part of my culture.
well, I'm saying that culture that all black people ain't doing
I
that
don't
shit.
talk like this. Yeah, I was raised in the suburbs, but I don't walk around. You don't have to speak like this.
No, it's
You know
not
what I'm
like
saying?
that.
Like,
It's no, that's like Valley Girl. That's Valley Girl. That's like
okay,
Valley Girl
well,
talk. But I'm saying
I
like
mean, I'm still
black
Black.
people
My
have
parents
this.
just went to work.
I understand that, but I'm saying like black people have this stigma that we all talk ghetto hood. Like we all like hey all that shit and tongue
It's
out and
not
all that shit.
hood or ghetto. It's just we speak with a different vernacular. We speak with a different
Well, no,
dialect. It's
that
not
kind of shit is
necessarily
ghetto.
bad or good. It's just,
No, no, no. Our
huh?
vernacular can be different, but that like our certain twang on words can be different. We might not pronunciate everything correctly. That kind of shit that's our vernacular being different. But all that extra shit that we do being loud, we got this thing with being loud and tongue out and all that extra. That shit is ghetto. That's
But
ghetto.
think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Even
You saying that's
people
our
who aren't
culture, but
ghetto, right?
our culture. You
They
saying our
speak and
culture is
act
ghetto.
differently if they're around friends or at a party than they would at work. So when black people get together, it's not like we're being ghetto. We're with our friends. We're having fun.
True, but but just like every black woman don't call each other bitch. You know what I'm saying? A bitch this, bitch that, you know what I'm saying? They still grew up in the hood. They might still talk a certain way, but they just don't, they choose not to embrace that kind of ghetto
Right.
mentality to it. And that's all I'm saying. Everybody doesn't talk like that. Even if you was raised in the hood or not, even people coming out the hood, everybody still doesn't talk like that and conduct themselves that way because they like that shit ghetto. So that shit is ghetto, and it's cool. You know, we come from the ghetto. If you want to talk like that, and you grow up and you still think that that's the way to to converse. You know what I'm saying? You can.
I don't know because I made a strong. Well, let me tell you where this comes from. This is a big one for me because growing up, being raised in Florida as a young child, and then I came out to California, and I remember very clearly because it hurt my feelings, and it still hurts to this day. I remember a lot of the kids didn't understand the way I spoke because I had a strong Southern accent. So I would come home and I would practice in the mirror of how to speak like how I thought this California girl sound. So I would like I would try to like hide my accent because I used to talk just like this. I was real country, you know what I'm saying? But I would get in the I would like practice speaking properly because girls would be like, "What are you saying? Are you talk funny?" Da, 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 da. So I purposely speak
Country.
super properly. But this is not like how I'm speaking right now, so that you guys can understand me. This is not my real speech. Like when I'm with my family or when I'm not on camera or when I'm not trying to have people understand me, I speak way differently. But
Yeah,
one
yeah,
thing I've
yeah. Just
noticed
tell the
is
world. Just tell the world
one
you
thing
fake
I
as fuck.
noticed
No, I'm
is
playing.
I have to do that in California. But when I'm
You don't
back, when
have
I'm down
to
south,
be
when I'm
you.
down south, even around white people at work, wherever I'm at, you don't have to code switch as
Cause
much.
they
I don't
some
know.
country
It's something I've
motherfuckers
noticed.
too. You talking about country motherfuckers versus non-country motherfuckers. We from the city, y'all from the country, so you got a southern twang to your voice when you speak. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just how it is. My nephew, I think I said this to you guys before. My nephew told my daughter, he was like, "Cassie, you talk proper," because she pronunciates her words.
Mm-hmm,
She's not from the country. She was born in
mm-hmm,
Atlanta, but she left at 1.5 years old or something. She doesn't
mm-hmm,
talk. And I don't talk like that. I'm from
mm-hmm.
California. We don't talk that way. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Like
Same
we
with
can
my
say
daughter.
hood
Like my
shit.
daughter
We have
speaks
our
very
own
properly.
vernacular of words that we like to use, whether it's Bloods, Crips, or just your local ghetto street, language that you got, you know what I'm saying? We got words that we say, but overall, being from California, we don't
Y'all
have
talk
southern
proper.
twang.
You guys talk
Yeah,
very
we talk more
proper.
proper.
Yeah.
And then
And that's
that's
a
just
good
how
thing.
it
It's a
is.
good thing. And it's a great thing actually because, like I said, I've moved back and forth. But when I do go out there now, I put on my little California voice
Yeah, do you want
and
the
it
rest of
gets
the
you
world to
it
respect
gets you
you?
further. Like it does. Like they're like,
Yeah,
where are
you
you
want the rest
from?
of the world to respect you, you're gonna
People,
have to
yeah,
learn how
people
to.
just assume that I'm more educated. They do. It's
Right, but
crazy. It's crazy.
it's the fact that you have to have good diction no matter what. Like
Right,
just
right,
because but that's the same concept as being from the ghetto, right? And all
right,
you know how to talk and act is ghetto as shit
right,
because
right,
that's all you ever seen. So then when you
right,
get around some motherfuckers who civilized, they're not gonna look at. They can't relate to you. Then what the fuck is he talking about? Like if
right,
I was
right.
just on this motherfucker talking super hood and all kinds of shit, motherfuckers, hood motherfuckers be
Well, I
like,
mean, think
okay.
of it as like as an accent too. Like, sadly, unfortunately, we stereotypically equate people who don't speak proper English with being dumb or lower. They might be geniuses, but because they don't speak proper English, we just be like, what? Or and sometimes people don't even want to listen to you because it takes a lot of brain power to kind of figure out what you're trying to say. Like, what? You know
But
what I'm
when you
saying?
grow
So
up,
I get it.
when you grow up though, you should automatically realize like this is the way the world is run. You're gonna
Right,
have to
right,
develop better diction if you want
right,
people
right.
to be able to pay attention to
I
you and
learned that
listen to
shit
you. You want to
young.
communicate, right? Like it's not like that's what I was telling my nephew. Like you're making fun of her for the way that she speaks, but you're gonna learn in life that you need to clear up your speech. You know what I'm saying? When you get in front
Mm-hmm.
of people, like it's cool to be around your family and your friends and talk this way, but once you get to a position where you got a job and you want to move up in the job or career field or whatever the fuck you doing, and people get to listen to you speak, they're gonna think that you don't know how to talk well, and and at
Mm-hmm.
one point it's you coming up, so it's not on you. But at another point, when you become an adult and you're like you don't care to improve your diction and actually, what I'm saying, sound like you said, like an intelligent person, you're gonna want to do that. You're gonna need to do that. So that's why I was explaining to him, like, she the fact that she speaks well is already going to propel her in life in certain situations because people are going to judge you, and then you know,
Unfortunately, yeah, that's definitely
a-
true, especially a
and you
black man,
might
especially for a black male. I
and
Yeah.
you
mean,
might feel like
Oh yeah, for
someone's
sure.
judging you. Like I don't give a fuck. Let people judge you. But when the people judging you are in the way of where you're trying to get to,
Yeah.
then that shit count.
Yeah, most definitely.
That shit count. Speaking of judging, you know what I'm saying? Uh, I'm trying to judge, I got some judging to do, man. Nah, man. What me and Ness was talking about earlier was about losing friends over relationships or losing friends. Like either you lose friends. Like, have you guys lost friends because of people judging you because of your relationship, or have you lost friends because somebody didn't try to holler at your man or girl or something like that behind your back, or do some weird shit behind women and men. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to
oh,
judge people's character. I didn't have some people show me their character. I didn't have to
Yeah, he was just telling me about that shit. I was like, that
oh,
shit weak
really?
as
What?
hell.
What? Catch me up. I wasn't here.
sucker shit. Nah, just sucker shit, man. Like, what I'm saying? Like, I didn't did some shit. Been with motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? I didn't put niggas up on women, you know what I'm saying? Like, women ain't hard to get, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't slid a little, slid like I've been in situations and slid abroad to a nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, we done did some shit together, and then I done macked on a homegirl, she got a friend, and you know what I'm saying? You didn't have no action at the bitches, right? But then I done slid, just off the strength of me, I done slid multiple times off the strength of me, you know what I'm saying? Hey, go holler at the homie. And then you end up with a big win with a W. I don't need you to throw me no dubs, but I done threw you some dubs. But I didn't have niggas act funny, on the reverse. Like I had one homie, what I'm saying, talking about going on a trip. He's supposed to be going with some broads, you know what I'm saying? And we done already did some shit together. And then, I'm like, shit, nigga, I'm trying to roll. And they like, oh nah, the little breezes and shit, they ain't trying to have you roll and shit. They already done told you that they was not interested. I'm like, huh? Told me? I'm like, I ain't never talked to nobody about no shit like this. I'm lost. He's
Mhm.
like, yeah. Then I'm like, well, who? I'm like, who is it? He like, oh, he pawned it off on like some like Spanish broads or something. I'm like, who the fuck? I'm really lost, right? So I'm like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, well, shit. I'm like, he's like, I'm gonna talk to him again. This and that. I'm like, look, y'all could do y'all own thing. I said, I'll just go. Well, I'm like, we could link up and go to some clubs and do some things. You know what I'm saying? Me and you, or we gotta link up and just go out. But y'all could do your own thing. We ain't gotta stay in the same spot. I get my
Mhm.
own shit, do my own thing. I travel alone anyway. Be like, oh nah. And then I'm like, but who do? He like, yeah, they told you they straight off of you and this and that. I'm like, well, who is this talking about me like this? You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, tell me
Yeah.
what's up, what's happening? And like, oh man, I can't tell you this and that. Nigga, what? You
Yeah, that's
can't
funny,
tell me
funny.
what?
Yeah, that's kind of funny.
Nigga, what? You it's bros before hoes any
Right.
day. I'm like, nigga, on the set, like I'm not gonna tell. I ain't saying nothing to nobody. I just need to know who's speaking on what, so I could just ixnay him. You know what I'm saying? If I do know him and it's like that, once I seen who a nigga went with, I was done with a nigga. But I was already done with a nigga anyway. When a nigga said he couldn't tell me who was speaking on me to you,
So
Yeah.
was
you
he
know what I'm saying? Like,
lying, or
nigga
what
just
was
wanted
the
these
end
hoes. He
result?
just wanted the hoes to himself. He just wanted the brides. I'm sorry. Let
Oh
me excuse me.
wow.
He just wanted him to himself, right? He didn't want a nigga to come with. That's what I took from it. Because nigga, how the fuck you ain't willing to tell a nigga? Then when I seen it was one chick that was mixed and the other chicks was black. You know what I'm saying? Like you talking about some Spanish brides. Like one of them was
Like
speaking
Making
in
up
what?
Spanish.
something,
Like you
anything.
wasn't gonna see that. Like you wasn't
Right,
gonna
like when
find
I seen on
out.
Instagram
Like
on y'all trip and I seen who it was, I'm like, that's who you talking about? I definitely didn't have that conversation with her. You know what I'm saying? Two, that motherfucker only half Mexican or half
but
Spanish,
that's
whatever the fuck
but
she
that's
might
how you
be.
know that he was lying because he just
Right.
he
And
felt
then
some type of way because he probably thought like, oh, they gonna cater more towards him and I need to
oh,
have
for
all the
sure, nigga, come
attention.
on, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy
Look
though.
at
I didn't know niggas was really. I mean, I've heard that, but
niggas
grow
is look,
up,
man.
niggas.
Niggas, they
We
always
got
say
bitches
niggas
in
is
the
tender
world.
dick behind bitches, man. Niggas be tender dick behind bras, bro. So I just had to leave it at where it's at. Like some people gonna be the way that they are, and it's like like I don't condone sucking shit. Me and my bros, me and my homies, we have never been like this amongst each other. I've had situations where niggas and got at me and had some shit to say about some bras that they was trying to date, and it was almost an issue. But it was like for me, it's never an issue. It's an issue if you want an issue with me, then we can address it. But outside of that, it's never an issue because you had a bitch, or if the bitch is choosing on me, nigga, what are we gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing right now? I done had a broad, I was fucking with back in the day, and the homies to come through want to read my DMs, instant messages, with niggas on aim and all the shit between me and the chick. I'm like, that's weird, bro. Why? Well, I'm like, nigga, I had to tell a nigga, the broad was fucking with a nigga. I had to tell the nigga, like, hey, man, you done got a phone in the bitch name and all, and your name and all that shit for the broad and all this shit, but she fucking with me. Like, what are we doing right now? You know what I'm saying? She fucking with me, but you know what I'm saying? You doing all this and y'all just friends? Like, Like, you know, you ain't even smacked. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I told him, nigga, you need to take the phone back and do everything you gotta do. You know, even though I'm fucking with the broad, it's the homie though. Like, you know, like, hey, nigga, you need to take that phone back. You need to, you know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, you ain't getting nothing out of it. You just doing all this. Don't let a motherfucker use you. I done had to, you know, but that still was the homie. And even like another homie, nigga come through. Who you talking on the phone? You talking to my boo? And I'm
Oh,
like,
he
nigga,
was
that ain't
just
your
a
boo. She
jealous
talking to me. You know what I'm
motherfucker.
saying? Like, nigga,
For hello.
this is
Yeah.
weird shit. Like,
That's
weird
some crazy
shit. It was
shit.
like young nigga shit. It was younger shit. Like, niggas thought that
Okay,
shit
well.
was, but that was in my younger days. But even for something like this to be more recent, and niggas taking trips and you trying to, like, nigga, you can have them little bras. Ain't nobody even worry about this.
What
It's
about you,
hoes
Vanessa? Have you ever
galore.
had anything similar?
Yeah, so mine was so I was cool with these two girls. I'm not gonna say too much, but I was really cool with these two girls. One of the girls knew about a dude that I was messing with. I didn't tell the other one because she's very judgmental. So I was just like, you know, I don't need that type of negative energy anyways. So the other girl always knew about it, and then something came out to where the other girl found out about it, and she was so upset that I never told her who I was dealing with, like it's any of her business, that she cut me off. And then the other girl stopped fucking with me too. So the two girls, and we've known each other for years, like over a decade. But because she didn't know who I was dealing with, she felt some type of way and cut me off.
Now I wonder why. Did she have dealings with him, or what was her?
No, and I can't
Was it her
say
family member
I
or something? That's really awkward.
We ain't holding
It has
back
to be
on the
another
story.
connection.
We're not holding back on the story.
I'm
Yeah,
holding
there's
back.
something missing there.
but
Why
when
we
I tell
holding
you,
back? If they see it, they
because
see it, man. I don't care. I just told the
no,
story.
it's
The
not.
homie
It's
know
not
what's up.
about them. It's about other people. So that's why it had nothing to do with, like, we haven't talked in years. So
Fuck them
I don't
other
even care
people too,
about them.
nigga. What's up, man? It's
No.
the show, man.
Did she
I'm gonna
used to
talk
mess with
about
that
it
guy?
after.
Is that her?
After.
Either she used to mess with him, or he's a family member. That's the only
No.
something. It has to be. That's
Man,
weird. I
tell
would
the
never get mad
story.
at my
We didn't
homegirl.
start this show to be sugarcoating and saving motherfuckers, man. Tell the
No.
story. You ain't
No,
gotta say
I'm
no
gonna
names, but
just
tell
keep
the
it at
story.
that. I'm gonna just keep it at that. Go
Oh
ahead, your turn,
God.
Rady.
I've only had something similar one time. And okay, so this girl, I didn't really know her. We had hung, I think we went to like middle school together. And then like when Facebook was kind of just, well, no, had been on Facebook for a long time, but I never was meeting people on Facebook, but me and her were Facebook friends. So then she was asking me for years to like hang out, but this is when I lived in Florida. So I had moved back, and she's like, "Oh, I see you moved back. Let's hang out." And I was like, "All right." And I had hung out with her once or twice, and it was cool, no problems. And this is when I first started dating the dude that I'm with now. So he was doing a photo shoot for his clothing line that he was trying to put out. And I invited her, like, because she was always bored and talking about she was bored. I was like, you know, me and my baby, we're doing a photo shoot. We got, you know, drinks, come through. So she came through, and she was like, the first thing she said when she got there, like, it was a bunch of guys there and stuff. And she was like, that motherfucker is fine. And I was like, bitch, oh. She was like, him, and pointed at my dude. I was like,
but she didn't know that was you.
No, she knew. I introduced him. I'm looking, I was like, oh, she was like, girl, he is fucking fine. And I'm like, yeah, he cute. Thank you. Like, that was the first one. That was the first little thing, because the same girl. So
he was on that nigga, man.
She was on his ass. She wanted to fuck my nigga, period. So she said that, but how she said it, I thought she was like talking about one of his friends. I was about to hook her up. Like, these are my homeboys. No, she's talking about my nigga. She was like, him. And I was like, oh yeah, he fine. She was like, bitch, he fine. I'm like, okay, strike one. So then she needed to go get her teeth fixed in Mexico, and my dude speaks Spanish. So she was like, do you mind she was like, I'll pay for everything. We can get lobster after, but can you and Carlos come with me to Mexico, because I need him to translate and shit. And I was like, yeah, sure. He was like, yeah, sure, no problem. My dude is a friendly, he's an Aquarius, so he's just really, really fucking friendly. He doesn't understand that people want to fuck you, Carlos. She doesn't want to be your fucking friend. She doesn't need you to fucking translate.
Carlos,
she wants to fuck you.
Wait, she was trying to have just him.
Carlos
and her?
No.
That would never happen.
Carlos,
she was like, can you and Carlos? I don't think she was that dumb. She was like, can you and
Carlos, the Mexican dude?
Yeah.
Okay.
So me and Carlos, we were like, yeah, sure. So we meet up with her. She goes to the dentist, whatever. And then afterwards, we all get in a cab and we go down deeper into Mexico to where the lobster and shit is. She's like, I'll pay for it. Don't worry. So we get there and it was her and then me and my dude. Like the thing about me and my dude is like we're really like lovey-dovey, like
affectionate.
We're very affectionate. And I started to notice like it was making her a little bit uncomfortable. So I was like, let me just chill. You know, it might be a little weird for her. Anyway, so we're there, right? Like I said, my dude is friendly. He's Mexican. He's very polite. So we're getting back in the car and we were drunk. We had all took hella shots of tequila and he opened the car door for her. And she was like, oh my gosh, you're such a gentleman. And I'm like,
bitch, you like, bitch.
I'm like, yes, he's a gentleman, bitch.
Yes, for me, he's my gentleman.
Thank you. Okay, that was it.
Strike two.
This was the final strike. This was the final strike, y'all. I still want to beat this bitch ass. I haven't seen her since this night. So it was a birthday party. It was a big crowd or whatever. We all go out. I was kind of watching her now. I was like, okay, strike one, strike two. Let me watch this bitch because hold on.
Yeah.
Mind you, she wasn't a deep friend. She was kind of like a Facebook friend that I just kind of started hanging out with. So I didn't really know her character or any of her other friends. I didn't really know, you know, she was a new friend.
Yeah.
So we go out, whatever. We're drinking, same thing. And like, she kind of started, like, we were about to cross the street and she was drunk and I was drunk. My man was holding my hand and he was like, come on, girl. Cause she was like lagging behind. He was like, come on, hurry up. So he like grabbed her hand to cross the street. Girl, she grabbed onto his arm and was like, Carlos. I pushed that bitch. I pushed her. She was drunk. I pushed that bitch. I said, bitch, you done tried me too many motherfucking times.
The bitch got sober real quick.
We was downtown San Diego. My dude thinks this is so funny. You're so jealous. You be tripping. No, bitch. I ain't jealous and tripping. This hoe tried me 3 times. Anyway, this is so long ago. Let me calm down. Anyway, yeah, that bitch tried me. I pushed her. I blocked her. That was it. That was in the friendship. So she started reaching out to my other friends, like, why is Rady mad at me? Why is Rady tripping? Blah, blah, blah. I told them all to block her. This was maybe like 4 or 5 years ago. Well, this was like a year before he got locked up. So 6 years ago. Yeah, it was crazy. That shit was crazy. Yeah, that was the only time I had a hoe try me.
Yeah, no, that's disrespectful as fuck. And like and yeah, bitch got sober real quick.
Yeah. Yeah, that night was over. I was so mad. I was like, and you let that bitch you ain't saying. It was like, what? She's cool. It's your homegirl. No, nigga, you fucking idiot. Bro, he's so sweet. He's just a sweetheart. He don't get it. He don't.
But not to be honest. To be honest, some men are very oblivious to it. Some, I think I know, they know what's up, but some men are really oblivious. And we was just talking about it last night. Actually, I was talking to my homegirl Liv when we were coming back from the event, because she used to be the type that like she'll drink and she's just a social butterfly and she's just like meets friends and stuff. And we were just, and she, one of the girls are like, yeah, this guy was trying to talk to you. She was like, what? Like, she had no idea. And she wasn't even like drunk because, we had a couple of drinks, but she's just like, do. And I was telling her that her dude's like that too. Obviously, before they were together, when we would all go out, there'll be girls and we're like, dude, that girl, baby with the curly hair, she was over there. And he was like, what? Really? What? And he had no idea. But some men be oblivious, like, because they not even, if they're not thinking about it that way, they're not trying to aggressor. No bitches. Exactly. They're just like, the fuck?
Of course she does. She doesn't want me, nigga. She would have fucked you right here on the street if you would have
in front of you.
If I wasn't
bent
here
over and let you.
She wanted to. I think she wanted to do like a threesome. She was just a
why you didn't? She seemed like this is what I was going to ask you. That's what I was going to ask you. Why y'all didn't just get down? Like, why?
I think she wanted to. I think she wanted to. Because later on, I found out she's into that kind of thing. But like at that time, like, bitch, me and you could have fucked another nigga. You ain't fucking my nigga. Ain't happening.
What? Fuck another nigga. You got a nigga. You already got a nigga that you love.
I love that man. I'm not about to watch him fuck nobody. I'll watch a nigga I don't give a fuck about fuck a bitch. But I'm not gonna watch the love of my life fuck no bitch. Are you crazy? No, ain't happening.
What?
Ain't happening.
She's been adamant about it though. We've talked about this before.
Give him a little fun. It ain't no fun. I mean, you got to get into
the threesomes. That's
y'all
not a problem, but it's
the
just
bitch together.
I would even do it because I want to please my man. I would even.
Why you didn't do it? Why you didn't give him one?
I could see myself being like, yeah, I could see
that
myself.
Might have been his first.
I could see myself inviting her over, but when I actually visually see it, my mind would literally like this is not sexy. I'm not having fun, nigga. I'm hurting. Like,
That's funny.
Sorry, I just
You
pictured
gotta
it happening.
you gotta push the bitch. You gotta push the bitch. Then the bitch and grabbed on your
yeah,
nigga
like,
and everything. She
you know,
almost reached
nigga,
for the
my
dick
pussy is
next. She was reaching
dry.
for
I
the
don't
dick
want to do
next.
this anymore.
My pussy is
Show's
No,
dry.
but
over.
she
Get the
was
fuck
reaching for the
out,
dick
bitch.
next. She was
Yeah,
reaching
that
for
was
the
the
dick
next
next.
step. That was the next step. That's why she had to cut her off before then, because she would really,
She
really
wanted
have to
my
hurt a
nigga. She
bitch.
wanted my
I got
nigga.
I got some sucker stories, boy. I'm tell you behind motherfuckers in these bras, man. I'm telling you, look, I had a homie, man. And that was the homie. It was my nigga. He's still like, some people they gonna be like your bro, like kind of like one of them relatives that do dumbass shit. You gotta sit distance from them, but you always have their back if they ever looking for you. That's how I still be with certain niggas, with certain motherfuckers. Like even though they did some weird shit to me behind bras, it's kind of like. If you got some genuine love for them, you'll still have their back in situations. You know what I'm saying? I got another homie like that. Let a nigga come stay with a nigga, all kind of shit, right? When nigga was kind of me and my girl was staying together, and he needed to get back, but he had a girlfriend. Like a nigga situation with his girlfriend made me damn near not want to be. I couldn't be like I didn't want to be around you no more. Like nigga, girlfriend was running laps to my nigga. That motherfucker was running laps around him. You know what I'm saying? Like nigga, his nigga was so in love. Like when they first was dating and shit. Motherfucker was, was wanting to fuck with her, and she like, I don't want nothing serious. I just want some dick from you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he getting his feels and shit. Set him to the side. She told him she put her panties to the side. Told him keep his feelings to the side. I've been in situations like that. You gotta respect it. Do what you get what you
Mhm.
can. Now I'm a firm believer in getting what you can. If I can't get nothing more than some pussy, pussy is a good thing.
Tried to be in them kind of situations, but I'm such a
Hey,
lover. Like I be ending
pussy's
up
a good
falling.
hey, pussy's a good thing. Let me get that, here, let me have that. So what's it called? So basically nigga when nigga finally got with her, he found out she was cheating. He was like he kind of tried to downplay it to me. I'm a realist. I'm gonna give it to you real, whether you like it or not. I'm gonna tell you the truth of the situation was going on. Nigga, nigga had went through her phone while she was asleep. She went through her old phone, seen text message between her and another nigga. I remember she took a little trip out of town anyway, right? Girls trip. Girls trip. Remember, no girls don't really be doing all this on a girls trip. But around that, but she went out of town and she told the motherfucker the nigga lived in another part of the same state, could come through. So it was a party city that they was going to. So motherfucker was like, you know what I'm saying? He could tell, okay, that they met up or something during that time. He said in the text message, the shit they was saying, he was like, he said they sent pics to each other. They were kind of explicit, but not really explicit, but he said they sent body pics like of each other's body, but it wasn't no, like, he was saying it wasn't like no dick and pussy pics and shit and no titties. Like
Like
nigga, who the
implied
fuck
nudes.
who the fuck you think you talking to? They're not sending non-nude photos back and forth to each other. Who the fuck does that? But he trying to downplay, like I don't know. I mean, they would send pictures to each other of themselves, but
Because he
it
loved
wasn't
her
like
and he
fully
didn't want you
nude
to he didn't
pictures.
want you to tell him the truth, which was
Yes.
bitch, she did you wrong. He
Right.
wanted you
Yeah.
to
So
feel his
so
pain, but
then
not tell him the truth.
so
Yeah.
so to continue the story, all that had happened and all kind of shit. So then she came back and then he started having some problems. You know what I'm saying? And then like he was like, damn. So he went and got himself checked out on the shit. They checked him out, treated the nigga all this shit, but they wasn't like 100% sure. Niggas be making up lies to try to make things sound better. That's what he's so like. Don't tell me no half-ass stories. But he telling other people that we know, and they still coming back and telling me the full shit that he not telling them. He was even telling my girlfriend the full shit that he wasn't telling me. Like people wasn't gonna tell me the rest of the stories, right?
Yeah.
And it was just like it just kind of was bogus. It's like because I introduced you to all of them,
Yeah.
but you rather talk to them instead of getting this. Like, people like to live in lies. You rather talk to them so that they could just listen to you and not elaborate and give you the truth or give you the honesty of the opinion. Or I don't know if my version of the truth is too harsh or you just don't want the realization. But anyway, so moving forward, oh, that's just an thing. He was out there, he was stuck, so then let him come stay with me. You know what I'm saying? All this shit, everything was cool. And then you know what I'm saying, messed with this girl again, ended up having the same situation, and then looked in the phone, all that shit. So he came to her like, like tell me the truth. And she was like lying about never had seen her ex dude, but that she was texting and all that stuff. And he came out and told her like, Nick, like bitch, I didn't read your motherfucking phone. You know what I'm saying? I didn't seen everything, You can't even be honest. And then she was mad, and he was like, he told her what was going on, and then she was mad, like, well, you took this long to tell me. 'Cause I think months had went by, because niggas, they was different states for a second. Months had went by. She was like, she was more concerned and mad that he didn't tell her that he had a situation going on than he was Cause she like that can hurt me in the long run. I could not be able to have kids and all this little extra shit, but not concerned with what she did to him. Like
Yeah.
wasn't like, oh, I'm sorry I lied and all this extra
No
shit. So then I'm like,
accountability.
well,
Yeah.
what's the synopsis? He's like, we're gonna try to work on our trust. We're just gonna start over and all this shit. Oh
What?
God, oh
Damn,
God.
Oh
pussy a
God.
motherfucker.
So wait. So let me
So
finish.
wait, there's more?
This ain't even the top of his shit, right? So
Oh
I'm
shit.
irritated. Me listening to all this square ass shit. I can't. Me and the square can be the same. He stay in a
Shut
slower lane.
the
You know what I'm
fuck
saying? All I know is the
up.
bank Pharaoh. No, I'm playing. Look. So that was just the first one, the homie
Did
thing. But
you
he said
just
that.
gangbang on the podcast?
Yeah, gang banging. Listen, but I'm just saying, me and the square can't be in the same because he stay in a slower lane. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is going for shit that I never would go for, right? So okay, so then we working and all this extra shit, right? So then coming to find out, I remember I was out. Motherfucker came out and ended up bumping into this nigga while I'm out. Like, damn, nigga, what you doing now? Niggas booed up. What you doing now? You'll never see this nigga come out. Oh, man, this bitch and this and that. He upset and all kinds of shit. And I'm like, damn, what's going on here? I really don't want to say. Since I slid him to the side because it was with a couple other homies. I slid him to the side, like, what's up? And he like, oh, man. Look, I seen her phone and she was going out of town and meet up with some nigga and whatever. She, you know what I'm saying? He's supposed to be taking her out shopping and all kinds of stuff. I'm like, what? So then the motherfucker like, yeah. I'm like, she, and then so when I came to her about it, you know what I'm saying? She was like, she downplayed it, like, oh yeah, he just gonna take me shopping. That was it. Like he wasn't gonna get nothing in return, right? So all this shit. So you know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, she hiding that from me. She was lying, telling me that she was going to do something different, and that's why she was going. But turns out she was going to meet up with this nigga, and he was going to take her shopping in exchange for some pussy. You know what I'm saying? So what ended up happening was you know what I'm saying? So then he was mad, but then he ended up going home, going back. You know what I'm saying? And then I had to go the next day to a little gathering, and she was gonna be there. I thought to myself, I said, man, I ain't mad at her. I don't even give a fuck. You know why? Because you can't hate the player. You gotta hate the game. And nigga, if she running laps around you,
He
evidently
allowing
you
it.
like you like it. I love it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So I'm like this. I'm like, nigga, I'll go up in there and shake hands. From one player to another. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying, man? Hey, I recognize. Game recognize game. He don't recognize it because he don't. You know what I'm saying? But just even watching what's going on to the homie. And it's like I'm telling you, and I'm putting you up on shit, and you doing nothing, you lying, you telling my girl this, you telling the other homies this and all this shit. They come back and telling me they shit, and you acting like this ain't what it is. You living in a lie, bro. Like I understand. Listen, man, I hang out with gangsters for gangster shit, squares for square shit. Party homies, whatever for party homies. Like you have your certain type of homies. I don't expect you to be a certain kind of way, but you got to be a man of integrity. And once your integrity is compromised like this, like nigga, this bitch is just doing all this shit, and you just going for it. And I'm like, I tell the motherfucker, listen, if you can't leave. Nigga, if you can't beat them, join them. If they on some bullshit, get on your bullshit too. We gonna eventually meet back in the middle on that bullshit. So that nigga ended up, eventually his shit blew up. You know what I'm saying? Eventually,
Of
nigga got on some
course.
bullshit. Once your feelings get hurt enough, you know what I'm saying? Motherfucker stop giving a fuck. But I mean, for the longest, just watching it, I'm like, damn, she running laps around your ass. But just even being around a motherfucker like that was part of what severed it. The other part was a motherfucker, saying little weird ass shit to my girlfriend. Not like you don't want her. You ain't talking to her like you want her, but you hating on me. Like some niggas, is girl talk. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Some niggas grew up more around women and they familiarize more with women and they do girl talking, like saying little shit like motherfucker, my girl was like giving him a ride to somewhere, and motherfucker was like, yeah, he's like, I never thought that CP would love anybody else like his way he loved his
Dirty
ex-girlfriend that he
macking.
had.
Dirty
It
macking.
wasn't even dirty Mac. He wasn't trying to get the chick. He had
But
his own chick that
still.
was running around him.
But
It wasn't
still.
dirty macking. He just talking too much. It's girl talk. Nigga having girl talk. He's like, yeah, his ex girlfriend used to cook for him every day and all. Just stupid ass shit. Why are you saying this stupid ass shit? Now you making somebody feel inferior because they might not be
M-
doing the same and telling somebody
misery.
how I was in a
m-
different relationship. Why are you
Misery loves
telling somebody else?
company. Misery loves
That could be
company.
true
So
too, but it's
he
just
fucking
girl.
with you
But
because he's
but
like, this is my dude. But if I'm down in the dubs, I need him to join me too. Because if
But
not,
it ain't just that. You have this. You're not grasping the concept that some niggas is more like women. they do girl talk. Some niggas is more
Very
comfortable with
feminine.
girls. It's not even just me. I know another chick that I was talking to, right? That's friends with a motherfucker, and she told me that he did the same shit to another motherfucker. Told on he listen. He hang out with them. They all do what they do. They all got the same kind of business, right? And they hang out with each other. He
Uh-huh.
knew the nigga. Started being cool with the nigga girl too, right? Don't want the nigga girl. Ain't trying to fuck her behind his back or nothing. He be, some niggas be having all these home girls. I don't
Yeah.
understand men having a bunch of home girls, right? That you not fucking with none of them. That's not what men do. We got ulterior motives. We ain't all like some chicks are just my homegirls, and other chicks are like I want to smash. We just cool. I
Yeah.
ain't trying to be in the friend zone, but we cool. But I don't never have no damn a gang of homegirls. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
That's
the nigga
beta
was like,
tendencies.
but I'm telling you, he was female tendencies. You more like a girl. You know what I'm saying? His relatives, no, he more like a girl. Just do girl talk. Nigga told his girl, told the other nigga's girl that he was friends with that he
Mm-hmm.
cheated on her, was doing and did some other shit. Like nigga, that was your homie first. This your nigga,
Yeah.
and you told on your nigga to his
Oh.
girl
Oh, he told the girlfriend that his
or
homeboy, which is
boyfriend,
her. Oh, I thought you were
which is
saying
his
that
homie.
he cheated on his girl and he was just telling her that.
No,
What the fuck?
nigga told on his other friend
What
to
the
his other
fuck?
friend's girlfriend. And I'm telling you, niggas do. Niggas do girl
What?
talk. Niggas do girl talk. I'm like, man, I'd have whooped that nigga's ass at that point.
What?
But it's like, but I still got love for him because I just know that when you know the type of people, people are. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's not. I don't even think he does shit purposely. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
it's just girl talk. Get him in the moment. Like he told my ex-girlfriend like so he's never gonna appreciate you like that and this and that. Like basically on the lines of you too good for him type shit. Like where he's at, his mind. He doesn't realize what he got type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like just girl talking too much. You know what I'm saying? Like. And then, like I said, when I talked to this other broad that I was dealing with for a second, and she told me about that situation, I'm like, see, this is what I'm saying. Niggas like that's why me and him stopped hanging out. We couldn't be tight no more. And I looked at him like fam. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I said, when I see motherfucker out, like if somebody was fucking with him, I still would have his back 100% real fast in a heartbeat. It wouldn't even be a question because
Yeah.
it's just what I'm saying. I got love for you, but on it, I couldn't put you in my day to day operations. Niggas is square bear from Delaware. It's like I just can't I can't do that with niggas. But when I see how niggas is behind women, they just ain't never had enough of them. I guess I don't know what the fuck is going on. We ain't gotta be like that behind no bras. You know what I'm saying? We keep it G. And I remember when I was younger, my first love when the homie had smashed her, me and her was on like some kind of break or something. And the homie, well, he wasn't my closest, tightest homie, but he was the homie though. You know what I'm saying? And I had heard about it from another homie. And I asked him about it. He didn't want to say nothing. I don't know if he thought I was going to be tripping or something. But I'm like, nah, nigga, I just want to know the real. We talked about it later on. Like, nigga, you niggas ain't got to lie on shit like that. But, you know what I'm saying? But that's still my nigga to this day. Got a gang of time. And, if he ever hit me up, he needs something, I slide it. Because, listen, a bitch going to be a bitch. Women going to do what women going to do. You
And
know
a
what I'm
nigga
saying?
gonna
People
be
going
a
to do what they going
nigga.
to do.
People are gonna be people.
People gonna be
Yeah.
people. A nigga gonna be a nigga. Bitch gonna be a bitch. So you can't necessarily be mad at a nigga if he's not your best friend, closest homie, and he do some dirty ass shit behind your back to a broad. It's up to your broad. If your baby mama smash your homie or something like that, your baby mama should have more integrity than to
I
do something
agree.
like that close
I
around
agree.
to mess with close friends. You know what I'm
I
saying?
agree. I
If
agree.
if motherfucker doing shit like that, people gonna show you who they are, and that's where that's
I
at.
agree.
But one thing I did want to get into, man, I know y'all see it on this news. I know marijuana legal in most places now by the state, but all the Shikari situation, what I'm saying with baby, like I'm gonna reserve my opinion. I'm gonna let y'all speak on it, then I'm gonna reserve my opinion. But what y'all think about the Shikari Richardson situation, like baby
Well,
being disqualified for a month from the Olympics?
well, I mean, I think I have a lot to say about it actually, but we are running low on time. So maybe we could start that off next week. That could be our
I
starter
mean,
topic. Because
we got 5-10 minutes to elaborate.
But she just said she got a lot of stuff to say on it.
I mean, yeah, I mean, just real quick, I think I mean, I definitely seen both sides on social media. Like, you can't do that. Rules are rules, and nigga, it's weed. Like, relax. Rules are rules. Rules are rules. So I mean, it's not if I agree or not with her being disqualified. I mean, she's disqualified. I mean, that's you broke the rule, you get disqualified. But I mean, I mean, maybe they should rearrange the rules. I mean, it is legal. I mean, is it? Well, I don't know the rules, so maybe I should have looked up the exact rules. But I mean, if you're an athlete and you know you about to go to Olympics, girl, wait till after and smoke. You know what I'm saying? Like, get it together, girl. But I don't know. I'm not. I don't have really strong opinions on it, but it's just I just see it. I see it. I see it both ways. Like, I mean, it's weed. She's young. Her mom, you know, I think she said she was doing it because she was dealing with pain of her mom passing, which I definitely understand. But then it's also like, girl, but you like girl, you go to the Olympics. What are you doing? So, you know, and she's young, and I've done way dumber shit than that as her at her age. So I mean, I get it. I get it. I get
You
both
didn't do that
sides.
though. I don't know if that's way dumber shit. I don't know if you could ever do anything as
That's
dumb
a
as
big
that.
deal. That's a
What
real
about
big
you,
deal.
Vanessa?
You know, at the end of the day, like for instance, I work for the government. California, it is legal to smoke weed, but for my job, it is not. So it's one of those things where, yes, it might be something that as a whole is like, okay, this is okay, but because my job, we can get randomly drug tested. I wouldn't do. I mean, I don't smoke anyways, but knowing that it's kind of like, okay, am I going to risk that just in case? Because I've been at my job for damn near 15 years, and not once have I gotten randomly drug tested. But that doesn't mean it's never gonna happen,
Right.
you know. So it's like I same with Rady. Like I get it. You know what I mean? Like it's fucked up. Her mom passed away, and that was her coping mechanism. And the fact that it's supposed to be like a downer as opposed to like an upper. I mean, well, regardless, there's different type of strains of, you know, weed, of course. So, but the fact that it wasn't like she used it as an enhancement, it's something that she probably does like every day. I don't know.
It makes her more amazing. Like, bitch, she was smoking weed and you fast as fuck.
Right.
Imagine if she don't smoke weed. She really don't smoke y'all motherfucking ass.
Well, exactly. But yeah, so I mean, at the end of the day, it's like I get both sides of it. What I can say is that I really appreciate the fact that the way she spoke about it, she wasn't like, man, fuck this shit. She owned up to it. And she's like, I did what I did. I'm sorry that I couldn't have been there to, you know, make people happy. But at the end of the day, she knows that she's going to return with a vengeance. So that's that. I feel like the way she handled it was beautiful. And the fact that, you know, you have people that's going to support her regardless. I just think that, you know.
Well, just to elaborate and touch on a few points really quick. You know, I wanted to let y'all go first because, you know, this Me Too movement, this women empowerment shit and all this shit. Like, you know, people always try to blur the lines. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start off like what Rady said. Rules are rules.
Mm-hmm.
Weed is not even legal in all 50 states in America.
Yeah, that's true.
Number one. So weed is only legal on a statewide level. It's not even federally legal in the United States. Number two, the Olympic is a world thing. So if the Olympic Committee has worldwide rules for everybody to abide by, you are not outside of those worldwide rules. Yeah. We as minorities, as black people, as whatever, we always, every time something happens, we so quick to want to defend it. Like, you know what I'm saying? But in most cases, it should be defended. But at what point, like, can we name a time? Can we name a time that that a white person in the Olympics got caught tested for marijuana or something, and it was overlooked and they let it go?
Are you talking about Michael Phelps?
I'm saying, like, can you that's what I'm saying, like, can you name a time where both people got in a situation where they were caught up and they let it go?
I remember there was a Michael Phelps issue, but I don't remember the result. Was he banned or what happened?
I think he got banned or something, or lost or something like that. But, you know, don't quote me. We could look that up. But if I believe that he did get, I think he got, you know, I think he got suspended like anybody else would get suspended. Don't expect for her, because she's a black minority woman, we should automatically just give her all this leeway, right? And just let her out of it, because now it's not only just the whole country has to be responsible and accountable for the actions of the people representing us. So if other countries aren't allowing it as well, Why should she be allowed to go through? Now her suspension is 30 days, so it's enough time for her to go and do the other relay that she can do, but she just can't do the 100 that she got really famous for, right? Which is what really sucks. As far as people trying to say her mother died, she's like, my biological mom died. What does that say to you? They weren't close. I read the article. A news reporter told her that her biological mother died. She didn't even know. So if you didn't know your mama died and somebody else told you, y'all ain't even that close in the first fucking place. You know what I'm saying? So maybe you feel guilty and all kinds of shit that's on your heart because maybe she was reaching out, she wanted to have a relationship with you or whatever the case, and you didn't give it to her, and now it's too late, she's gone. Like you might feel something in your heart about that, but at the same time, y'all weren't even that close. But at the same time, like I got a whole list of friends that are pro athletes. I know a gang of them that smoke them, a gang of them that don't. Right? It's not like it really just helps. So I mean, it can help. You can have aching bones, you can have whatever, you know what I'm saying, and it might help you in a way. But motherfuckers can function and be athletes all the time. You know what I'm saying? You look at professional sports, J.R. Smith, all them dudes. Look at all them dudes. Everybody know the niggas getting high. You know what I'm saying? But as long as they get through their testing periods, but you know what's gonna happen. But Olympic style testing, you cannot beat
Yeah.
Olympic style
Mhm.
testing in no
Right.
way, shape, or
Right.
form. So when
Right.
you smoke before you did your meet or whatever like that, and all that shit, you smoke before getting tested and all that shit, and you did everything that you did, you knew that they were going to find this. So you let the world sit there and watch you do the shit that you're doing, knowing that pretty soon, any day now, you're gonna get notification that this shit is about to blow the fuck up. And
Mhm.
you knew you was about to let the world down. You might as well cop to what the fuck you did, and before they could even come at you and come get you for it. You know what I'm saying? You might have copped to it sooner. You know what I'm saying? Before the results came out,
She
you might
probably
have
was
already
just
got your
hoping
suspension.
and praying. Hope like,
You
oh,
know what I'm saying?
I
Right,
hope
but there's no
I
way
passed all
like
the
that.
college tests. I passed
That
all.
ain't
Yeah,
how
bitch.
God
This
work.
Olympic. This is
But that ain't
blood
that ain't how
test.
God work. Whatever God you praying to, that ain't how God work. You know what I'm saying? He just gonna make me pass this test. It's
I mean,
Olympic
she was
style
probably
testing.
like, I just really hope. Oh, I hope she was probably drinking water. I know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, but I can imagine she did everything and thought she was probably good. She was like, oh, I'm good. I done drunk that little juice. I done, it's been 30 days. No, bitch, they found
It's
it.
Olympic style testing.
Right.
It-
I'm sure they probably did the hair test. I think that's a year of
you're
smoking weed or
you're
something.
not getting past
You ain't
nothing.
getting
You
past
know what I'm
nothing.
saying?
She probably,
I
I
don't give
mean,
a fuck
she's
what you drink.
young.
If you try to dilate and pollute or something, like it's not even a pee test
I
anyway.
agree.
So whatever you're doing, it's not gonna work. So you knew that you would blow when you rolled that blunt. You went to go smoke it. You knew that you just blew your opportunity in life. This is bigger than that. You can't let if you need to mourn, like I could never tell anybody how they should mourn. If you need to
Yeah.
mourn, you should remove yourself from it and say, hey, I'm not gonna be able to commit to the Summer Olympics this year. I'm gonna have to. I need some time. This is taking a toll on me. I'm gonna. I don't want to be out here making bad decisions and this and that, and walk away with grace instead of putting yourself in a situation where you knew you were gonna fail, and the rest of the world had to be so excited. We was just bigging you up 2 weeks ago about how
Yeah.
fast you was and
Juneteenth.
being as fast as
Mm-hmm.
women. We just gave you all this glory, and you knew that you were gonna fail your test, and you knew it was all gonna be for nothing. And at the end of the day, rules are rules, and everybody wants to say weed is legal. It's only legal in how many states?
But
It's not even legal on a federal level, so it's
but
not legal.
also the fact that she is younger. So yeah, you're speaking from a more mature like brain, not saying that she's immature, but she definitely was not thinking about that to
So
like you said, like
we're gonna give every young person the
no
pass
no
because
no no,
it's been
I'm
happening
not
through
giving
time.
her a pass. It's what you're saying. You're saying, oh, she did what she did and she owned up to it, and that's all that really matters. So yeah, granted, everybody felt some type of way because we were supportive of her, you know being fucking phenomenal. And then after that, we were a couple of weeks later, we were let down because she wasn't able to continue on, But like I said, for the way that she handled it, she didn't blame it on nobody else. She said it from the beginning. I knew what I did. So she didn't downplay anything. So the fact that she said that, like, I feel like there's not much really that we can say because she knows what she did. She
I
held
mean,
herself accountable.
even her not trying to lie and say that, oh, I didn't know that I did that, or I had ate something and somebody gave me something. Like, yeah, you owned up to it. Like, honestly, still, it's like you owned up to it after you got caught. Like, okay, yeah, you got caught red-handed, so yeah, I did it. I'm human.
But
Yeah,
that's what
that's
I'm
great.
saying. Like
I
you,
understand that,
a
but the
older
problem
person
with,
would have probably
but
said
I'm not talking
something,
about
but she's
necessarily
not.
her. I'm talking about the world is sitting there like, like I signed the petition. I'm going to go for my black people any chance I get, but I signed the petition, but like why should but in, I'm just saying, what is y'all opinion? Why should the US Olympic team lift her restriction when you have worldwide rules that you got to go by? And you know what I'm saying? You if you do that for her, what does that lead to? How many other people are going to want the same leeway? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We can't want equality, but other white people aren't able to do this, or any other race aren't able to do this, and they haven't done it and gotten away with it.
Yeah.
And then you want to be able to do it and get away with it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm gonna check on the Michael Phelps thing just to be sure. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure he
Yeah.
probably got disqualified, but I'm gonna go back and reread it because it's been a number of years. But don't ask for special treatment when you want equality. You want the same treatment as others, because if you turn around and and you get the treatment, then the next person's gonna be like, well, why does this black person? That's gonna spawn that. Why does the black person get it? It's. I'm just saying, in America, we always spin this. We end up spinning this black thing all the time. Sometime it
Yeah.
ain't that. Sometime it's you fucked up, and I know plenty of athletes, and it's like, you see people that fuck up, and it's like, in the NBA or the NFL or whatever sport you play, this time of year they're testing, right? So all you had to do was stop smoking whatever you was fucking with during this period of time, so that you can get your test and pass it, and you can get to your money. You don't pass your test, you're gonna get fined, you're gonna get suspended, you're gonna lose your money, you're gonna fuck around and get you get lost, you're gonna lose your career, right? At some point in time, even young or not, it's a lot of people that just didn't take that didn't blow it. It's for every person. She probably ain't the only person going to the Olympics who just lost a parent. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
for her, and it's not even a parent you grew up with. You wasn't even raised by that. When you was thanking people, you thank your grandmother. You weren't even raised by your mom. I'm not gonna tell you how to feel about your mom, but you know what I'm saying. You got your grandmother and everybody else to support or to make proud of you. You know what I'm saying. You gotta always. We just always have to think above ourselves, and that's just what
Right.
I'm getting at. I mean, she
Right.
owned up to it. It's cool. You know what I'm saying. If they lift her ban, I'm cool with it. Do I think that? Rules are rules, rules are rules, and if you break them,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, there are
That's a
always going to be
consequence.
consequences, especially at that level. You're talking about the top, the most elite of the elite. She's about to be up there with the Usain Bolts, that other chick that just that broke that record, that got dropped. Did she get dropped by Nike or something? She had a baby and then came back and won
Yeah.
and hugged her baby afterwards. Like, you about to be up there with the most top elite people. You blew endorsements and all kinds of things behind a joint. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to, you could have got faded. It's legal federally. Every country is allowed alcohol. Come on now. But that was just my thoughts on it. Gotta let Late V. We gotta let Lady Rady. We gotta let her get on up out of here.
Yeah.
Tune in. Get this put together before I got a trip coming up. Got to get up out of here, so I'm gonna get this put together. You know what I'm saying? But we still gonna reconvene. Same bad time, same bad channel.
Bye, y'all.
All right, let y'all get to what y'all do, man.